Hawaiian umbrellas helping through the heat wave on Barton Broad. Some lovely boats, a little bit of synchronised boats, sailing boats, beautiful reflections, and lots of noisy wildlife here today. Even the chicks you can see. Butterflies, absolutely stunning. They're everywhere, all enjoying the lilac. And it's siesta time for the swan. All of these are in today's video. So here you are. Here's the Hawaiian umbrella, shielding them from the sizzling heat of the heat wave. I wondered if there was a sailing competition going on today or if they're all sailing separately. I couldn't quite work it out, but it might have been some sort of competition. Lots of cruisers, various sizes, all making their way past the different sailing boats. Let's just watch and see what crosses. Did I say how noisy it is here today? The pink umbrella is still crossing. It's just I spotted them when they first entered Barton Broad. And now they're working their way up to the top part. Probably looking at all the sailing boats and wondering whatever they're going to do. It's certainly busy today. Some other people are now at this viewing platform and talking quite loudly. So I've just muted the sound because it's some sort of personal conversation they're having. It's all happening here. The wildlife's noisy, the boardwalk's noisy. When the water is still, you get the most beautiful reflections from the clouds. I've just spotted the yellow boat, so it must be a competition, a sailing competition. But look how they meet here. And it's like synchronised sailing and boating. When it's so hot, it does make me wonder how everybody copes on the boats. I know there's fans and things like that, but it must be extremely hot. There are so many wonderful boats today, it's difficult to know which one to film next, because there's just so many I want to film. When you think in the winter I used to sit here 3-4 hours, and if I saw 3 boats, that was a good day. Lovely reflections from the grey-crested grebe. The heron arrived about 5 minutes ago, and he's been walking up and down the green boom looking for fish. He hasn't caught anything yet, but I think he thinks he's going to. And then suddenly he changes his mind and flies along to another section. So this is what all the noise is about. The tern are catching fish for their chicks. And so, of course, as soon as one arrives, a tern arrives here back with the fish, all the youngsters thinks it's for them. Also here on the viewing platform today is a very knowledgeable gentleman about wildlife. So that was very handy for me. He's clearly an expert on dragonflies. Well, we could probably say on any given subject. And, that's a compliment. Mr. Heron is still here. He's still hungry because he hasn't caught anything. The same gentleman's been telling me about the tern and how he's photographed them at a place he used to work at. Fairly local to here, but I won't say where. And he'd taken photographs of the parents teaching the chicks how to catch fish. Sounds a delightful hobby. He's now catching insects. Seems to be more successful at getting the insects than he is a fish. Where there's a gap in the wood on the tern raft, you can just see the chicks. They look out through the gap. Still the boats are crossing. I've been so busy filming the heron that it seems the sailing boats have all disappeared and the races are over. Once again, I've muted the conversation. We've moved on from wildlife and we're now discussing the war and bombers and aircraft. I wish I could play you the sound, but of course I don't have his permission to include it, so I'm not going to. But honestly, he is one of the most fascinating people to listen to. It's siesta time for the swan, who seems to be having a wonderful snooze and giving off some fabulous reflections. Although it's dull and overcast, it's extremely hot. So I get to the point I've just had enough. I can't take any more of the heat. Make my way through the car along the boardwalk, and I stop off at the car park to film the butterflies on the lilac. Well, I've had a wonderful time despite the heat. I hope you've enjoyed watching Barton Broad and how busy it was, and the sailing, the pink Hawaiian umbrella, the butterflies, the tern, the sleeping swan, the heron, or the fishless heron. He flew off in the end. He'd had enough. Usually I just film, but today I decided to take some photos, and it wasn't until I got home I realised I'd actually captured the birds with fish in their mouths that they just caught. Slightly out of focus, but you can see what it is. I think it might be something I try and do a bit more of, capture the birds with fish in their mouths. It's not easy though, because the tern especially flies so fast that to get them in focus, it's just sheer luck. I know this is the boating channel and it should just be boats, but there is so much wildlife here. You'd all wonder what all the noise is if I didn't show you. So if you got this far and you're still watching the wildlife, thank you, because not everybody does. And of course the insects and butterflies and everything else I've filmed. Thank you to everybody who's taken the time to watch this video. It's very much appreciated. I'll be back next week with a new video for you. I haven't decided where from as yet, but usually I find somewhere, don't I? Have a good week, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.